Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm going to be starting up some Train Sim World and Train Simulator content for you. Today we are doing Desiro City Delays on Train Sim World 3. This is meant to be quite a challenging scenario due to the fact that there is late running trains in front of us, so there's going to be some adverse signals on the way. So I've got the train set up, we're in forward, we've got the master key on. I like to put brightness on the screen down a bit, and I put this one to the slightly brighter setting. It helps me see easier. GSMR's all set up, and power mode is automatically in DC, which is what we need now. We've got a green signal, and we are closing the doors and ready to go. Okay, so we're in forward. Let's start to get moving. The 700 has a parking brake, hence why the combined power brake control is not in any sort of brake position. So when we're stood at a stand at the station, it is in idle or off, because the parking brake will hold it in position. So we've just left Dartford and we're heading to the final destination. Final destination today is going to be Rochester, and then we come back to Dartford. So it's about an hour's run this, so it's going to be a nice video. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm trying this out for a bit. We'll see how well the videos do. If they do well, I'll keep doing them, and if you want to see more, then please do tell me, because I will do more for you. Hopefully the game volume is okay. If you can feedback on that to me in the comments, that'd be fantastic, and I'll change it for the next video if need be. So next stop is Stone Crossing. Keep a little bit of power on here because we are on an uphill gradient, which means we are losing some speed, and don't want to be losing much speed because it is quite a tight timetable, this scenario, so we need to make sure we try and stay on time, especially as upcoming we're going to be having some adverse signals. Let's just I'm now speeding because it's changed to downhill. I'm not going to accelerate towards 70 because we are coming up on Stone Crossing very shortly. I don't want to speed through the station. We are on clear signals at the moment, which is always a good sign, but I will keep an eye out for the dangerous signals. And I've just realised I am putting the brakes on far too late, so I'm going to have to go into full service. Oh, is that a... no, that is an amber signal. We are okay. I thought I was already going to have a spat, and we don't want that this early on. See if we can stop on the stop marker. There we go. Easing off the brakes, nice smooth stop there. Into neutral, and we'll open the doors. I've just realised I haven't put the driver safety device on, so I am going to just put that on now. So we are already late because, like I said, the timetable is very tight. Hopefully we'll make that up in a bit, because in some bits the timetable is slightly slacker, which is good. It means we can make up some time. So we're ready to go. Doors closed, and we'll be on our way. So obviously the 700s on Thameslink are driver only operated, which means we completely control the doors. So we don't have any. There are signal bells in the cab, but they aren't used in regular service, so I'm not going to use them here. They can be used if a guard does need to work train for whatever reason, like in special circumstances and things like that, but on the whole it's driver only. So the next stop is Greenhithe for Blue Water, which is not very far away, so like I say, hopefully we'll make up a little bit of time here. It's already coming up now, so let's cut power, get some braking in there. I like to enter most platforms in the 700 in between 35 and 40, preferably slightly lower, but I believe at this station we stop further down the end of the platform, so I've just cut the braking back a little bit. So at this station this signal is quite funny because it's on the other side, so we have got a double yellow now, so we are going to have to be careful as we leave the station. There we go. Neutral, doors open. So we're a little bit less late than we were now, which is good. 66 going the other way. We have now got a green signal, so that's fine, so we can drive as normal. And lock doors, we are ready to go. Just wait for them to shut. We are ready to go into forwards, and off we go. Now, it doesn't really matter how much power I put on initially on the 700, because the parking brake tends to release slowly, which ensures for a nice smooth start, whatever power notch you're in. So I tend to go for about 50% anyway, because otherwise the acceleration will be a bit quick. But I don't think overall it matters too much on this train. Although, please correct me if I'm wrong, and if you prefer to drive differently, then let me know. So next stop is Swanscombe. The stations are quite close together on this route, so especially on the stopping bit, obviously not on the high-speed bit out of St Pancras down towards Ashford International. They're many miles apart, operating with the 395s, which I will do a video on, I'm sure. I'd like to cover a lot of Train Simulator and Train Sim World. I haven't yet got Train Sim World 4 planned to get into soon, so there will be videos from that in the future. I've got to be careful now because I'm on a single yellow, so I'm gonna get the brakes in for Swanscombe anyway. But I believe, if I remember correctly, there is a signal just past the end of the platform here at Swanscombe. I don't want to trip the TPWS grids, and I don't want to overshoot the station and hit the signal, so that's why I'm coming in a little bit slower than I would usually. So we're looking for the 8-car stop up, which I believe is the 812 here. Which is coming up on the left. And there we go. Into neutral, doors open. So again, we're about 10-15 seconds late at the moment, not too bad at all. I've been much later, really. When I was getting into it, I was being a lot later because I suppose I wasn't used to the quick stop-start a lot of the time. I was braking a lot earlier than I could have been because electric trains can brake a lot quicker than diesel ones. Which I always used to drive diesel trains more on Train Sim Classic. We've got our 465 going the other way. Doesn't look like it's stopping. This station is usually served by stopping trains more than the fast ones. We're back on green signals, which is fantastic. We're crossing over HS2 now. You can see Ebbsfleet International regional platforms just on the right in the distance. Those will join on to this line after we have passed, or after we've stopped at Northfleet, which is just coming up now. These stations really are very close together. I've braked a little bit early there because I forget that these platforms are very slightly staggered. Now I know the stop marker there is off the platform. If you stop there in the 700, the front doors will not actually be on the platform, but they'll still open. So I don't like to stop there because I know that the train will fit in the rest of the platform. So even if I lose a few points for inaccurate stopping, I'm satisfied that the whole train is on the platform, even though I know in real life you wouldn't, because these have obviously got the ASDO system. I'm happy stopping here because Train Sim World, the ASDO, is not implemented. We're off already. You've probably noticed that at that station and the last one, I have pressed the signal bell. It's complete habit. So I usually drive trains that are like guard operated, and therefore press the signal bell. So I do apologise if I keep doing that. It is just habit, and I will try and stop. We're still on green signals. So here on the left and right are the lines joining from Ebbsfleet International and HS1. From St Pancras, HS1 continues down from Ebbsfleet into Ashford International and then into the Channel Tunnel over to France and the continent. Most of the journey we've been travelling at, well, we had a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit, surely going to be going down to 30 into Gravesend, because it's just how the speed limits are around there. Slow approach to the station, so I'll bear that in mind. I'm going to shut off the power on this bridge and start braking gently. Apply some more brakes in. Braking now. I'm going to assume the restrictive aspects are going to come a bit later on, seeing as most of this journey hasn't been on greens. There we go, we are down to 30 in time. And this is Gravesend. The 8 to 12 marker is down towards the end of the platform. I do find it slightly odd at some stations where the say the 4 to 6 car markers have the platform screens for the drivers to operate the doors, whereas like at the 8 to 12 marker there, it didn't have the platform CCTV monitors. So I'm not quite sure why. If anyone knows, then please do let me know. Obviously the 700s are fine because the monitors are in the cab, even though they don't work in Train Sim World. I find that a bit odd. I know in a lot of new trains, obviously they're in the cab, so the platform screens are being decommissioned slowly. But obviously for the older trains they are still required. So even though we were a little bit late earlier, we've made up the time because we've got some stand time here at Gravesend. Not due out for another minute. We are on an amber signal now, which implies that there is a train in front of us, so we will have to be careful when leaving the station. So we are nearly ready to go, nearly ready. Just a couple more seconds. Right, lock doors, let's be ready, let's go. Doors are shut. Right, we've got about 5.5 minutes to get to Higham. We're now on a green signal, which is excellent news. That should be plenty of time to get to Higham, although obviously we are starting on a 30 limit. So we'll have to see how it goes. Although this does quickly go up to 50. Now we can cut off until the rear of the train has passed the 50. Accelerate up to 50 miles an hour. There's a light 66 there. It's good to see a lot of traffic on Southeastern High Speed. It really makes the route feel realistic. I can't say I've travelled on this route in real life. However, I do know it's a very busy route for commuter trains and long distance trains as well as freight. That must have beeped us, because that must have only just changed. Always been so we have got to be careful, because there must be a train just in front of us. Although as we are on green, I will accelerate further to 70 when we can, which is now. does look like a red, and I've oversped. Not good.
Overspeed.
Oh dear.
Contact the signaller.
Oh dear indeed.
Overspeed. Contact the signaller.
So we're now going to have a 3-minute timeout slot while we wait for the brakes to release. I think it's about 3 minutes anyway. That wasn't what I was hoping for. I was hoping that the train would have so the brakes have now released. We can remove DRA.
Driver, you have reset the DRA.
And we get on the move,
Please check the
as
signal.
the signal has changed from red as well. Let's try not to have that again. I didn't intend to mess up that way, however, these things do unfortunately happen. I'm hoping that, I know I'm not a real train driver in real life, however, I should have been better prepared there and not just assumed that the train would have moved on. I'm going to continue to drive at about 45 miles an hour, and that way that allows whatever train is in front of me to move on a little bit quicker. I think we are coming up on Junction Yard. Lots of our HTTs based out of here in the autumn, and it's a big freight yard as well. Oh, for goodness sake, I've done it again. No.
Overspeed.
Yeah.
Contact the signaller.
Well, this is not going very well.
Overspeed.
And
Contact the signaller. Overspeed. Contact
and
the
now
signaller.
the signal's gone green. Of course it has.
Overspeed.
Well, I can't say today is my finest moment. I mean, hopefully this will improve. I promise I will not do this every video, so if you want to see more, you can let me know, because I will not be as bad as this. But I mean, I hope it's a bit of extra entertainment for you, because yeah, this is quite funny that you don't see in other train simulator videos usually. Right, we got the brake release into forwards. Let's go. Signal's now green, so hopefully we'll have a clear run into Higham, and a clear run to Rochester now, where we then turn around and head back. I mean, hopefully we'll make up a little bit of time in Rochester as well. I'll just run down the other end of the train very fast. Well, not very fast, but as quick as the running will let me. Obviously, with it now raining, we will have to be careful of slippery rails. However, this train is quite good in the wet weather, so I'm not too concerned about that. I think my passengers will be demanding a refund with the lateness here. Obviously, it's 15 minutes of delay repay in the UK for the companies who are part of that. However, I think trains in world customers might be slightly more impatient, and obviously with the quality of the driving not been fantastic. I think they'll definitely be complaining to my manager. So we're coming up on Higham fairly shortly. As I pass this signal on the right hand side, I'm going to stop in Higham. Hopefully on the stop marker. We are now about 3 minutes late. I keep forgetting how long the platforms are here in Higham, and most of the other stations along this line, because the trains are so much longer than obviously the area I live in, Hereford, Welsh Marches. Most of the time 2-car DMUs and the little platforms of the country stations. So, oh, there's the stop mark, but I'll just stop up at the monitors instead by the looks. I had a little bit slippage there, so definitely not a pro driving moment. No, quite late. Going to Strood in about 1 minute, so time's not going to be made up there. Rochester at 19:03, and then we're due back out at 19:05, so I don't think we're going to make up much time, but hopefully we shall manage to put the power down nice and quickly, and we'll get out. So we are off from Higham now. Forward, and let's get going. Straight into full power, I think. We're gonna need it. One of the tactics I know some drivers use is when they're late is to brake later. For like speed limit changes and whatever. So on the approach into Strood and through Strood station it says speed limit of 15 miles an hour. So I'm going to brake a bit later than I usually would do for that, and hopefully speed will be brought down in time, and we shall successfully stop. I have tried it a couple of times before. I've almost got it right. So hopefully, I'm going to turn the big screen wiper off in the tunnel. Hopefully we'll get it right this time. The acceleration on these 700s really is quite good. It's better on the AC 25 kilovolt overheads rather than third rail. However, we're on third rail at the moment, so I'm not going to be putting the pantograph up, even though that would be very funny. If you want to see that in the future, so let me know, because I could always do that as a fun video. Just gonna stop. No, pressing control instead of shift. That would be why that's not going off. Right, we're now at 70 miles an hour. So 'Even too early there, so just easing off the brakes there a bit. Uh, 15 mile an hour speed limit is quite annoying, especially when you're crawling into the station. But we have to deal with it, because otherwise we lose points, and I'm braking too late even. So wipes back on. You need to be able to see. So we're now. The annoying thing also is we are on an uphill gradient here, a fairly steep one. So we have to keep a bit of power on to maintain the speed, which is very annoying. It's meant to be stopping in the station, not accelerating. However, such is life. as we are coming up on the stop marker, which is just in front of the signal there. So bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Coming in. And we'll stop about there. So we can still see the signal. Into neutral. Doors open. So we're about 3 minutes late here. I think we were about 4 minutes late at Higham, so we gained back a little bit of time. Not too much though. I'm just hoping for a rather fast turnaround at Rochester now. It's only round the corner, it only takes about 2 minutes to get there, so we may claw a little bit of time back. Doors are closing from Strood. So from Strood we're going to go up and round to the left. And we cross, I believe it's the River Medway. River Medway bridge that we cross. Is it the Medway Viaduct? I don't know if you can call it that. Not sure about that. I'm pretty sure it's the River Medway though. Fairly soon the speed limit is going to be rising very slightly to 20 miles an hour, which is quite useful. Double 465, and the speed limit is not up to 20, so don't know which platform we're going to be going in on Rochester yet. We'll soon see. Speed limit goes up to 30 here. I will accelerate up to 30 before the station so that we can try and claw back a little bit more time. There we go, we're into the 30 zone now, so I'm going to whack the power straight up. So we're going into platform 1, I believe. Obviously with it being an amber signal, I have got to be careful because it means there probably will be a red at the end of the platform. Also just remember there's a 25 limit going into the platform, so we got down slightly too late, but that was fine. Well, I mean it's fine by my standards, in real life it's not fine. However, for the purposes of this video, it will do. So, the 4.8 mark is just coming up on the right now. Option will break into that. The, I must say the dynamic weather on this map is absolutely fantastic. The platforms look brilliant. Right, we are into neutral. It's going to want, so I'm going to reduce time. I'm just going to do some of these now so that we can get a quicker dispatch. We'll wait until it says head to the other end of the train. Let's turn the wipers off. Right, let's hop out the cab. Walk down the cab door as well, so otherwise it will I understand that I'm going to use probably control plus or minus. I'm just going to enable the safety system on the wall, because they are automatically disabled. Right, let's pop the master key in. Wait for the test sequence, there we go. Right, popping into the
TPWS and AWS operational.
daylights. We're just finishing loading passengers now. I'm not quite sure why there's a green signal on the next track, 'cause I believe it's our signal that we should be having our signal. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I can't apply that to get me. Ah, it's because they are sending a freight train in front of us. How very kind of them. So I know technically you shouldn't dispatch on a red. I have closed the doors though, in order to make the game happy. And as soon as the signal clears, I will get moving, because I do not want to get any later. So at this point, we should be in Strood, but I'm hoping maybe at Gravesend we have a bit of stand time again. So hopefully we'll be all right there. Not sure where the next signal is, so we may be waiting just a minute. Let's pop the wipers on before I forget. It does seem slightly odd in the 700 when you're at stand, the rain doesn't come up on the windscreen, but when you're moving it does. That must be a slight bug there. I'm not sure what... Ah, there we go. Signal has now cleared, so we are on the way. Straight up to 25 miles an hour. Off a bit there. What's the speed? It's 25. So we are fine. I have a feeling we may be following that freight train to Junction now. I may be wrong, but I get the feeling that that might be the case. I am glad I got that screenshot before... oh dear, I've just realised I was speeding up and this is a 20 limit here. That's not very good driving. None of this video has been pretty good driving, has it? Oh, and there's a red signal there. So as I thought, we are probably going to be following this freight train. Which is not fantastic, however, I'm sure we shall cope. I'm just going to pull up here and I'm going to set the DRA. Let's have a look on the map, see if we are following this train. Yeah, there it is. We're just following that train. We have now got an amber signal.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Clearing to Strood. Bit late. I don't know if we were on time. I'm not sure whether we'd still have been held at Rochester behind that freight train. We may well have been. I'm not too sure. So coming into Strood, we are now doing the opposite, and we're on downhill gradient, so we need to use the brakes slightly to control our speed. The 8 to 12 car marker is towards the end of the platform here at Strood. It's very, the island platform here is very narrow. Can't be very safe when trains are passing, well, I say at speed, but more than 15 miles an hour. But I mean, busy, it can't be very safe at all. So we are on a red signal, so I'm just going to slow down. And then I'm going to pull up just here. There we go. Right, so we have got the doors open. Let's have a look at where that freight train is. It's going quite slowly. We are going to be quite a while, I think. I wonder if that's why we have got time at Gravesend in order to make up for the delay on the being stuck behind the freight train. That would make some sense. Right, we're going to lock the doors. We're on an amber, so we can go. At this point we should already be in Higham, but as you can see we are not. So I'm going to proceed with a bit of caution because obviously we do not yet know what the next signal is, and it's quite hard to see the upcoming TPWS grids in the dark light of the tunnel. So I'm just being quite cautious. I will accelerate a little bit, as I know that signal won't be for a little while, as I do not have the route knowledge of this route. I don't know exactly where everything is. I can already actually see the next signal, and it is showing an amber aspect, so I'm going to continue to accelerate. Do have to bear in mind that the freight train is a lot slower than the passenger train, therefore it will be likely to slow us down. And that's why I've now started to apply some brake, because I don't know what the next signal is. I get the feeling the next signal is in the gap of the two tunnels. Make sure I'm down to speed in time. I must say, distance in the dark is very deceiving. Very deceiving indeed. If I zoom in a little bit, it looks like we've got an amber signal, so I am actually going to accelerate further. This is the... oh, we are now on green, so accelerate towards light speed. I do find it useful in tunnels because you can actually see the signal light quite far away. So that is one rather useful thing. So I think now we are clear into Higham. Hopefully we won't lose any more time, so about a minute in Higham, which will allow the freight train to hopefully move into the junction. I don't know if it will be. I hope it will be, because I don't want any more hold-ups. It does look like the route ahead is set for a 15 mile an hour, which does imply the freight train will be going into the junction. But we shall see when we get to that point. Because I do know for a fact that there is no 15 mile an hour limit between Higham and Gravesend on the main line. Here at Higham we want to be stopping at the end of the platform. And I am braking slightly hard there because I thought that we might overshoot the platform, but it turns out we we are at neutral and we have got another amber signal up there, which is a good sign. So when we leave Higham we will continue as normal at caution. And it's got to a green now, which means we are probably clear. Just got my finger on the button already. Let's go to Gravesend. So we will not do 4.4 miles in less than 3 minutes. We don't have the acceleration or the speed to do it in. So we will be late off Gravesend, later than I thought. However, thanks to my slight mess-ups earlier, yeah, I suppose I'm to blame for that, but obviously I don't know whether we still have been stuck behind that freight train. So let's continue. Green signal, so I would say we are safely clear of the freight train. I did accidentally just press the warning bell there when sounding the horn. I mean the signal bell when sounding the horn, because I'm used to playing train sim classic where it's spacing B rather than spacing N. There's the freight train over there inside it. We'll be doing some train simulator classic content. I do enjoy the game when it's not giving me out of memory problems, temp dump crashes and whatnot. So whenever I can play it, I will absolutely. So occasionally these train simulator videos are not going to be very frequent. Hopefully I'll get some. There'll be great videos every so often. So I'd like you to expand to the games. You're welcome to let me know what you want. Right, so we've got 50, then we're coming up, so we'll apply some roads now slowly. 30. You didn't see me speeding just then, it didn't happen. So we have got an upcoming 30 limit to Gravesend again. It is an uphill to Gravesend now, so keep a little bit of power on. We have actually got a single yellow, so as we pass the signal, I will come down and I will brake for 30. So at the end of the Gravesend platform, we are looking at there being a cloud. So I've got to be aware of that and be down to speed in time. It does look like we have made up about a half a minute, which is brilliant. The acceleration on these 700s really is good. I don't know where the TPWS grids are here, so I'm just going to make sure I'm at 20. Plenty of time. I've got an AWS warning, the signal is red. Let's make sure we are going slower. I thought it changed to green then, but it was just the stop marker covering the bowl momentarily. Stop it there. Into neutral. Doors released. So we are currently 2.5 minutes late, which is not as bad as the 4 minutes that we were earlier. So I'm glad. Oh dear. Oh no, that's not good. They're sending the 465 in front of us. Oh dear. Can't be having that. Oh, it's going now. Let's see if I can get a little. And see which one we have for the video. So I have locked the doors, even though I really shouldn't have, but it'll be okay. 465 is on its way, so we'll have to wait until it passes the next signal to be able to get moving. I believe that is a slightly faster service than us as well, so I mean hopefully it won't hold us up too much. But we shall see. Here we go. Right, let's get moving. Obviously we are now on a single yellow, so I'm going to proceed with caution, but I think I can probably get up to the 30 miles an hour before we hit any problems with the next signal. The 465s do have rapid acceleration, so hopefully it will be away really quickly and out of our way. We've already got a single amber at the next signal, passing the speed limit change just there, to 70 miles an hour. Proceed with caution, to accelerate. Oh, we have got a double yellow, so I'm going to accelerate further. Signals here are really quite close together. I am quite surprised. I'd forgotten how close together these were. I'm on a double yellow again, so I'm going to accelerate. double yellow again, so we continue to accelerate, so we do not lose more time. Obviously a real train drive would not continue to accelerate for the safety of the passengers. Slow down slightly. I don't know what signal those TPWS grids are. Maybe the bunch all know there is a red signal there. So obviously we've just diverged from the HS2 lines. So I think that 465 may actually have stopped at Northfleet, which is rather inconvenient, but these things happen. I don't know why the signaller chose to not send us first, but that's fine. I'm sure we should go. Pretty nice, yeah. There we go, we are now stopped. So pop. And we have set the DRA. No, it's just a waiting game, so yeah, that 465 did stop. I think we're about to be on the move. There we go, we have got an amber signal.
Driver, you have reset the DRA.
So let's get
Please
moving.
check the signal.
I'd hope for this video not to be more than an hour long, however it does look like it may be slightly over an hour, although I'm sure you will still enjoy it. Because I have hopefully made it quite entertaining with all my terrible driving. I like to, sometimes I like to think I'm a good driver, and sometimes I am. But I clearly had an off day today. So this is Northfleet once again. Funny, I recognise this. Yeah, I don't know how many others of you will recognise this, but I'm sure we were here not too long ago. Yet again at this end of the platform, the stop marker is off the platform, so I'm just going to stop at the end, not off the platform, because I just don't think it's right. Right, let's get this done quick. We're still on a red, so has that 465 stopped again? I wonder. It has. Yes, I wonder why that got sent first then. How very intriguing. Does seem very odd to me. I can't complain. Signaler's fault, not mine. I'll lock the doors to keep the game happy. Even though you wouldn't do that in real life, you would not dispatch until the signal had cleared. That train is now leaving, so we will be on our way now. And we are off. Next stop, Swanscombe. I hope I am saying these stations right. Most of them are fairly easy to say, but some of them may be said differently depending on which part of the country you come from. So please don't heckle me if I've said it wrong. If I've said it completely wrong and it has to be said a certain way, then do let me know, but otherwise please don't. These stations really are close together, so I don't accelerate too much. And we're going to stop. Yes. There. Lovely. There we go. Oh yeah, I've got double yellow, which is lovely news. I believe the next stop will be Green Hive for Blue Water. And we will be on our way now. Into forward and off we go. Yeah, Green Hive for Blue Water next stop. Then I believe it's just Stone Crossing and then finally Dartford where we will end the video. I believe our train will have stopped in Green Hive for Blue Water. Oh yeah, we have just gone up to a double yellow, so I was about to say I'm going to come a power, but I will continue for now, because I believe we should have enough signal block to be cleared in. Start braking now so I don't get hit by TPWS brakes if we get there too quickly. We are coming in nicely now. And we've got an amber at the end of the platform, so I've got the brake. We'll brake in a second. I've gone back up to 5 minutes late thanks to that 465. Not fabulous. Could have done a lot better. I'm sure the scoring will reflect that. But things happen. So we've got an amber, so I reckon that 465 is going to be in Stone Crossing now. Once we've left here, hopefully it will leave Stone Crossing, and we'll get straight in there. Close the doors. And off we go. So it's not cleared to a double yellow before we've passed it, so I'm going to proceed with caution. Stone Crossing's not too far away, so I am going to be careful. Pretty much once we've rounded this bend you can see all the way down to it. I can't remember where the signal is, so as I said, I'm proceeding with caution. Although I can now see that the next signal is an amber of some form, so I will continue. Double amber, double yellow, whatever you'd like to call it. Coming into Stone Crossing. AWS was for the signal at the end of the platform, although we are stopping. So at the current moment it does not affect us. We're going to pull up about there. Into neutral. Oh, another 40. Lord, that was very quick. This is what I mean about the fast-paced traffic down this line. It's very, very high frequency. Which is why you've got to try and be on time. Unlike us today, unfortunately. I did not plan this. So yeah. Hopefully in future videos I will do much better than this. Not showing myself up very well, I must admit. No, I've done it again. Press the signal button. So we are 1.9 miles away from Dartford, final stop. Now green signal, so I'm going to proceed as normal. We've got 50 limit coming up though, so I'm not going to accelerate past 50 miles an hour. We've got warning here for 40 miles an hour. Watch the speed because you're on a slight ground downhill gradient. Mashing up the words then. Pretty soon after the 40 we're down to 20, so I will brake a little bit earlier and ensure we are down to 20 miles an hour. We are booked into platform 3, so there's nothing else in the way now. So like I said, we've got 20 coming up almost immediately, so I'm going to make sure I am down in time for that. It's just here. Although the game HUD thought we'd entered the 20 before we actually hit the sign. So I've noticed this on a few routes, it does happen, so rather annoying, but we know we were down in time. Even if it's not been set up quite correct. And we're coming in on Dartford, we have got a red signal at the end of the platform, so I've just got to be cautious as we come. And we are looking to stop at the end of the platform. Did not need the brake. Lovely. Open the doors. And that is where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, feel free to like and subscribe. until next time.